We say that planets orbit stars, but that's not the whole truth. Planets and stars actually orbit around a common center of mass. This common center of mass is called what? So hello everyone, I'm here Antriksh and welcome back to our channel Antriksh and Triyambak. So in today's video, we are going to talk about what is that common center of mass that every object has, and what is the center of our solar system. So let's get started. This common center of mass is called the Barycentre. Barycentre also helps astronomers search the planets beyond the solar system. What is the center of the mass? Every object has a center of the mass. It is an exact center of all the materials of an object is made of. An object's center of the mass is the point at which we can balance it. Thus, sometimes the center of the mass is directly in the center of an object. For example, you can easily take the center of the mass of an ruler. So, try holding it with your finger and at these different points in the middle and see where you can balance it easily with your finger point. So, this is the center of this ruler, and the same way this is the center of this ruler. This center of the mass is also called the center of the gravity. Sometimes the center of the mass is not at the center of an object, but sometimes the part of an object which is having a more mass than other part is the center of an object. Let's take an example of a sledgehammer. The sledgehammer has most of its mass on one hand. That is the center of the mass, or which is the closer to the heavier end. So this is the sledgehammer, and in this sledgehammer, this is not the center, but the center is over here at the end. That's why this is the sledgehammer center of the gravity, and this is the center of the scale. Now let's move on to the space 2 objects. Like in a space, there are 2 or more objects which are orbiting each other and also have the center of mass. Now, if its point around the object is orbiting, this point would be a barycenter of an object. It is usually closer to the object with the more mass, and which is having the less mass. It is not nearby it is far from this. Now, let's talk about the barycenter of a solar system. There is a barycenter between Earth and Sun. Let's take an example for Earth and Sun only, our habitat. The Sun has lots of mass in comparison to Earth's mass is very small. That means that the Sun is like the head of the sledgehammer, and so the barycenter between Earth and the Sun is very close to the center of the Sun. Now let's take an example of Jupiter, and like Jupiter is a lot larger than our Earth. It is almost 318 times more than our Earth. As a result, that barycenter of the Jupiter and the Sun isn't at the center of the Sun. Actually, it is outside the surface of the Sun. In the case of Earth and the Sun, the barycenter was inside the center of the Sun. But now, as we know that the Jupiter is also it is the largest planet in our solar system. That's why it is not at the center of the Sun, but outside the surface of the Sun. Over here, this white spot is for the center of the barycenter of both the objects like Sun and the Jupiter. Now, our entire solar system is also having a barycenter, as we have taken few examples like Sun and Jupiter and Earth, and some more examples like that. But in the same way, our entire solar system also has a barycenter. The Sun and Earth and all the other planets in our solar system orbit around this barycenter only. This is the center of the mass of every object in our solar system combined. Our solar system's barycenter constantly changes the position. It changes the position because the position of the barycenter depends upon whether the object is orbits, and the solar system's barycenter can be ranged near the center of the Sun, or it can be outside the surface of the Sun. But as the Sun has moving orbits around the barycenter, it is warped around. As we all know that the 99% of this mass is present in the Sun only, and the other 1% is a trace of other planets. That's why the barycenter would be near the sun only. It can't be like far from sun or to near the any planet or any object which is present in our solar system. That's why the center of the sun is other time in the sun center of the sun only, or it can be outside the surface of the sun. Like for Jupiter it would be outside of the sun, surface of the sun, and like for Earth it would be inside the sun only. So like that time we can't just see, we can't imagine that how it would be rotating, but we can see that that the sun is not rotating. We just see that only our Earth is rotating around the sun and other planets are rotating. We can't see that the sun is rotating. Sometimes it happens like we all think that the planets are revolving around the sun, but other things are not. So this means we are just rotating around the sun only, and our whole solar system around like circulate around the sun only. But that's not the truth. And other time when your friend would be asking that what is the center of our solar system, your answer would be like barycenter. It would not be the sun, and now you'll explain that what is barycenter. So thank you everyone. I hope you have understood that what is the barycenter and how it is working in the space also, and some examples of daily life routine like scales and also sledgehammers. And also we have seen that how the barycenter acts in our solar system. So thank you everyone. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you and bye bye.